So this is the loadout that I was actually using in the video. Wedo Fiona with Blast from the Past, Saurian Claws, Saurian Hide, Shredder, Assassination, and Survivalist. In the video, I did talk about having, Corrupted Aura in my support team, just so then being in Shadow Stance, which you're going to be in all the time using a melee weapon, will deal some extra damage to the enemies around you. I still think this could be kind of useful, but I didn't use it in the gameplay, and instead I used Survivalist. Let me put that back. So moving on to the actual weapon, I used the Supersonic Slasher Power 130 Sunbeam with 2 crit damage perks, crit rating, energy, damage to stun, staggered, frozen, or knocked down targets, and critical hits with this weapon cause an explosion. Now, one of the complicated things with the Supersonic Slasher is the lack of attack speed. As you can see, I actually can't put an attack speed on this weapon, which is kind of irritating, as a lot of the other crit explosion weapons, like say the Stormblade, can have an attack speed. The Argon Axe also has an attack speed. Maybe a video on this in the future, because this is one of my favorite melees now. Okay, so we've got some basic Power 132 encampments. No real modifiers, honestly. And I don't have the weapon ready. Supersonic Slasher. This is one of my favorite Christmas weapons. You can get these in the llamas. If you get one with the critical hits with this weapon cause an explosion, 6th perk, like with other melees with it, it is an absolute must keep. So my goal for this video is that I want to get, I want to actually see if I can get all of the bonus encampments. Thanks to Dennis Jr., I have Rock and Riff activated. You can see with Whiteout Fiona in the lead, increasing crit rating for swords, axes, and scythes, I'm actually destroying enemies. It's crazy. Okay, screw the encampment, I have a Nature Smasher. If it wasn't for all these enemies around me, especially the Riot Shield Husk, I would have had that so easily. But encampment enemies. So the thing with crit hit explosions is that, as you can see in the gameplay here, I'm destroying the enemies around me as I'm hitting them with my melee weapon. Not every hit is going to be a crit. If you really want to really max out the amount of crits that you're getting, you would use Totally Rockin' Outs. And in my experience that worked great, but as I'm using a melee weapon, I'm going to be close to enemies. And that's not the greatest choice to have less health, especially when you're in higher level zones. See, once I have Rock and Riff activated from Dennis Jr., not Totally Rockin' Outs, a team perk, I'm just destroying them. Next one's over there. Let's actually just cut to that. Quick one tap on the first enemy there. So for the most part in this video, I'm ignoring the heavy attack of this weapon, because in my own experience, heavy attacks on melee weapons are usually not worth doing. Because I want to keep a consistent flow of attacks rather than slow down to do what might be a possibly, potentially higher damage by not much attack. Okay, come on. I'm gonna use a hover turret just to kind of help out a little bit. And I accidentally did a heavy attack, so I'm gonna have to just do that. But the Supersonic Slasher, just with any other weapon with crit explosion, just destroys enemies. There's a 3-tap on the blaster there. The 3 hits and the blaster was down. That's pretty good for melee weapons, especially for fighting power 132 enemies. Another encampment close to the edge here, so I'm going to try to be careful not to get knocked off the map, because if that happens, I'm scrapping all the footage here and you'll never see this. Well, I guess it's further from the edge than I was thinking. Right off the bat here, I'm getting solid amounts of explosions. But I have ranged enemies further and further away, which are going to actually cause me a lot of trouble. So I need to try to get them taken care of. Please die. Please also die. You too. My adrenaline rush didn't do a whole lot, but anything for a bit more health is worth it. Because I have Survivalist on my loadouts, I am regenerating some health from eliminations, which I'm getting lots of. Okay, come on. Really? This far away? Who's left? Oh. I'm so glad that last hit was an explosion. I'm gonna have to farm these. I'm running low on some things. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's find that encampment here. I'm going to use the roof to avoid enemies, and of course it's in the building. Drop the smoke bomb. And I don't like how closed off this area is. It's going to be very annoying, I feel like. And I'm low health. I'll try to back away from the fight a little bit. Try to find anything I own that heals. And back down in the fight. And I'm just destroying enemies. With Dennis Jr.'s Rock and Riff effect active, I hit that blaster 3 times, exploded 3 times, and that was perfect. Yeah, there are too many enemies that are just spread out and after who knows what. They're all lobbers. Anytime now. No, take your time. Yeah, I don't even know where it is. Somewhere out here, I think. Yep. Can use another hover turret. Then let's hope that I can get Rock and Riff active. And it's active. And now I'm just almost exploding every hit. Well, there's Rock and Riff. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna heavy attack him. 10 minutes. I really want to see if I can get these bonus encampments done. First, I'm gonna revive my wolf friend. Good explosion right off the bat. I'm gonna use my Dragon Slash just for a little bit of crowd clearing. And then for the most part, I want to just use my melee weapon. The amount of beehives that just last way too long is actually just what's killing me. If it weren't for the beehives and the gunslingers, then I'd probably be fine. Trying to get rid of these blasters before they cause too much harm. Revive my wolf friend. I need all these ranged enemies to just be closer to me or not be involved in encampments, because they're literally making the encampments take 2 minutes longer than they should. Like, look at that. Could he be any further away from me? Guess I didn't grab it. Next one's way out there. Start by popping a hovered sword up. This is going to help me keep enemies weaker. Trying to focus on the mist monsters and the ranged enemies, because those are what's killing me. Because I can see them so far out there. It should not be taking that long to kill him. Okay, does this have to take 4 minutes longer than it needs to? Because they're all chasing after this dinosaur. Doesn't even make sense for dinosaurs to be in this game taking place in a modern setting. Good stream of explosions here. Just destroying everything. See how I killed that taker without actually targeting him. Stop focusing on that bird and focus on me, you idiot. How did that not damage him? Okay, what is out there that you're focusing? I hate the way husks just target animals. I'm positive that's been brought up to the community managers on Reddit for the Save the World subreddits. I'm positive that's been brought up to them, but look, I don't think the dev team has any intention of changing it. So I guess my intention of trying to get all the bonus encampments will not happen, only because every encampment has taken 2 to 3 minutes longer than it should have because of how enemies tend to just spawn so far or wander off. It's only slightly irritating to me, but I guess I shouldn't have expected too much. I am at least getting a good steady stream of explosions, and I haven't died so far, which means that I shouldn't have said that because now it's going to happen. Okay, gunslingers get lost. Go, 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 go. Die. You're not a gunslinger, but that doesn't mean an exception has to be made for you. Use the smoke bomb just to keep some enemies weak. I think another good perk to put on a loadout like this is whatever it is from Cloaked Star, where your shadow stance kind of deals damage to enemies around you. I feel like that'd be a good match for a loadout like this, but I don't have that on because I want to focus on damage from my weapon and the explosions. Which, speaking of which, I got a good steady stream of and just destroyed everything like those 2 takers at once. Die. Die. Thank you.